I'm being a bad vlogger today and I'm so not in the mood for vlogging. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry guys, but I still want to vlog. So here we are. We're at Busan Tower. There's like a little park area here. Very nice. They have a few little shops around. They have some waterfalls. I'm going to be inserting some pictures and some videos. Like you can see, we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Oh, you can also see my haircut. It looks way better today than it looked last night. So yay for my hair, even though I like my old haircut better. Last time that I got it cut looked so much better. But I guess they did a decent job here in Korea. Like I said in the video, day 7 was the 7th day that I was vlogging consecutively, and I was kind of tired. I was getting a little bit just drained of vlogging every single day. To be honest, vlogging it's very fun, but it is very I don't know, you have to be like peppy all the time on camera, and sometimes you just wake up and you're not really feeling it, but you still want to deliver content, and that is what I did this day. To be honest, after we got to Busan Tower and we just started walking around and seeing how pretty it was, I actually got more motivated to vlog during the day, and you'll see that I did vlog quite a bit. The grounds of Busan Tower are really nice. They have really nice gardens and just some really cool traditional Korean architecture, and they also have some statues around. It's a really nice place to go and just to like enjoy the view from up there or just walk around. So going inside the tower was really fun. When we went to buy our tickets, they actually told us that they kind of have like a scavenger hunt type of game that you can do while you're going up the tower and then coming down. And it's such a cool experience because you really get to like immerse yourself in everything that's going on inside the tower. And something that was really surprising that I did not think that it was going to be like this at all was, first of all, having that scavenger hunt game, but also having a ton of really fun rooms inside the tower. So like on your way up, there's some rooms with different lights and glow in the dark. There's just so much going on in there. It's like a fun house just going up the tower, and then once you go all the way to the top, obviously you see everything, but then when you go down, you go into other rooms which are really fun. Okay, so we're up in the tower, and that's we got on the elevator that took us all the way up to the tower, and that's when we got to see the view of the whole city. And oh my gosh, let me just tell you that this view from up here, you get a 360 view of the whole city from the tower, and you just get to really see Busan and what's it look like from the sky basically. It has so many buildings, so many mountains. This is something that I really like about Busan, is that it has so many mountains, and it makes me feel a little bit more like at home, like in Puerto Rico, where there's just mountains absolutely everywhere. And I absolutely love having that sky or that bird eye view of a city. I just think it's so cool that you get to take pictures of the city from above. Man, this is a pretty amazing view of Busan. Pretty cool. Once again, leaving the top of the tower, going down, you get to walk into other fun rooms. The first one that we walked into was this really dark room with like glass floor, and it was divided in squares, and every square had like a different light and a different like texture underneath, which was really cool. It was such a different thing that I feel like I've never seen before. After that room, we walked into a room full of mirrors, and then it had a projector on top, and it was projecting things on the floor, and it was so cool because when we walked in, it started projecting like this whole bunch of flowers, and since it's all mirrors, it gets projected on the walls as well. It was so cool. I love that part. The room after that one was definitely my favorite one. Again, it was a dark room with glow-in-the-dark art all over the walls, and I think even on the floors, and it just looked like a whole bunch of fireworks all over the walls. And then it had this really big moon that you got to sit on and take pictures, and then you kept on walking, and they had like a bridge, and it's a really famous bridge that they have over there in Busan. And again, everything was glow in the dark. And on the other side, it had like a bunch of towers, like just on the floor, and you could basically like sit on them and take pictures, and they were also like glowing in the dark, all the little windows and stuff like that. And going into the last room, I actually did not film it because I just started taking so many pictures, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see. But basically, leaving that glow in the dark room, we went into this room where it just had a ton of ribbons falling off the ceiling or just hanging off the ceiling, and you got to pass through it, and it led you to the other side. And then on the other side, it had this like studio kind of room where it had this floor with some cartoons, and then the wall had the same pattern of cartoons, and then you got to like sit in the middle or stand in the middle and just take really awesome pictures. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then you guys already saw it on my Instagram, but if you don't, definitely go follow me at I am Ken Castro. The link is like right here somewhere on the screen. After that, we exited the tower, and during all of this, we were trying to do the scavenger hunt. We actually missed the last one, the last clue. We never found it, and we didn't win the gift because there were also a prize which you would win if you would complete the whole scavenger hunt. But we did go into the gift shop, and the gift shop was, I think, one of the best gift shops that we went into or that we shopped at in the whole like trip in Korea. It was a really cool gift shop. I did not vlog it either because I just went crazy buying so many things, but it was such a nice place. So this day, practically it was only me and my sister that went out to Busan Tower. But when we finished the whole Busan Tower experience, we went back to the Airbnb, and we had planned to go bowling at night, and the 4 of us were gonna go bowling. This bowling place was so cool, and it was just up our street, so literally it took us like 5 minutes to walk there. And it was such a cool bowling alley. Again, it was really dark. Like one of the sides of the bowling alley was really dark and had like a whole bunch of like glow in the dark and like disco lights and stuff like that. So much fun. And then on the other side, it was more like normal. The lights were on, and it wasn't as fun as the other side looked. And unfortunately, we got sat at that part where it wasn't glowing in the dark and the lights were just on. But it was still a really cool experience. Honestly, I'm a really big fan of bowling. I love bowling, and I'm pretty good at it as well. So sometimes I do get a little bit competitive. So you guys can just imagine how much fun I had this day at the bowling alley. Another day here in South Korea. Today is our last day in Busan. We are in another part of the city. We're going to be riding some, it's like a little monorail, and it goes like over the beach or like beside the beach. It looks really nice. I'm going to show you around the area. There's also a park that looks really cool. So we're just taking advantage of this last day in Busan before we go back to Seoul. So this is the view where I'm at right now. There's these super tall, crazy tall buildings. And then the beach is right over there. Looks really nice. I think we're gonna be walking over there. And then over here, you guys can see that's like the little monorail and train that we're going to be getting on, which looks really nice. You guys can hear me because it's super windy today, like really windy. Yeah, today, like I said, it's our last day here in Busan. Tomorrow we're heading back to Seoul, and we're going to be there for the rest of our trip. We still have about like, I think more than a week to go till we go back to California. The Blue Line Park was such a cool place. Also, something that I had no idea existed in Korea. I don't know if I've said this enough, but when planning this trip, I did not plan anything because I wasn't even a part of this trip until 5 days before the actual trip. And I've never really been a fan of Korea. I've never really known anything about the country, just like K-pop and like K-dramas. That's pretty much it. And I've never really sat down to see an entire K-drama before. I've just seen like bits and pieces of them. And the same for like K-pop music, just like some songs, some music videos I am familiar with, but I don't really know like what goes on or how Korea looked like. So I was just going in blinded, and with no expectations, which was actually really good and worked out in a lot of ways. So at the Blue Line Park, the first thing that we did was get on the train, which was like a little trolley. It would take you all the way down, crossing the beach. It was such a nice view. Like you would see the people walking as well, because they had like a little boardwalk where they would walk, and it was just at the beach, and you could see there was this section where the beach was like ginormous, and it's one of the most like famous beaches there in Busan. They had so many surfers, which was odd because there was not even one single wave, and I'm telling you, it was like more than 100 people on surfboards, and they were giving classes also like on the sand, so more people are gonna go inside the water. And I'm telling you, no waves. I'm like used to the ginormous waves that you get here in Puerto Rico, so I don't know what people were actually doing or trying to do by surfing. When we got to the end of the line on the train, we hopped on the little sky trolleys, which were even cooler than the big train. Honestly, I prefer the sky trolleys so much more, even though it went a lot more slower, and it was a little bit hot because it had no AC inside, and just like the smaller windows were a little bit open, like cracked open, so a little air could flow in. That was pretty much it. But it was so nice for pictures, so cute. I took a lot of little videos to put on Instagram Reels and TikTok, and it was just such a cool view from up there as well. And then when you see the other trolleys just cross by, it was just so picturesque and just great to create content for social media, and also a really cute place if like you're gonna go on a date. I think it's perfect. It was so nice. So that was the last thing that we did this day in Busan. After that, it was already kind of like afternoonish, like gonna be like 5 o'clock, and we just decided to head back to the Airbnb and have a night in, because the next day would be a travel day, which we would be getting on a train going back to Seoul, Korea. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'm going to be posting a lot more Korea content on here and also on my social media, so definitely go check out my Instagram as well as I'm Kenneth Castro. If you guys don't know, I also have a clothing brand and I have an Instagram for that. It's at Lost in Paradise Shop, and my website is lostinparadiseshop.com, and you guys can find everything that I design for my clothing brand. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next Korea vlog. Bye.